Good, Cuddy. Ryan's looking for the quote.
Which quote?
See your text?
Shit. The one I sent you? It's the thing I sent you.
She's in. We're I thought about going to shoot in a couple seconds. I thought about going to the bureau.
The judge would not like that. I sort of predicted it would be more like 9:30. I'd like to go over the details. Assuming unnecessary.
Yeah, I think we're here all the time. The story's going to go free.
Like 3 years ago, I think it's a lot of courtrooms.
We also just got a new statement from Abby Lowell. Carl, that's right. We do expect that hearing here at 10 a.m. at the courthouse in Washington. During the course of this morning, though, we've seen dueling filings both from the Federal Reserve and also from the Department of Justice in this case. So remember where we are. Lisa Cook has filed a lawsuit against the president and the Fed saying she does not deserve to be fired and the president doesn't have the authority to do that. What we saw this morning from the Fed was a filing from them, essentially throwing up their shoulders and throwing up their hands and saying, look, we're not going to offer any arguments in this case. We're going to attend the hearing, but we're not going to take a position on it, and we wait to see what the court does. The Fed only asks the court for a speedy decision here, so we'll wait and see whether they get what they're looking for this morning. Meanwhile, the Department of Justice also offering its own filing in it, and in that filing, they say the president has broad discretion under the for-cause term of the statute to fire people from the Federal Reserve Board. That's something that's really the centerpiece of the issue here. They're also arguing that Lisa Cook did not respond publicly or privately to their allegations that she committed mortgage fraud, and therefore, because of her failure to respond publicly, she is not likely to prevail here. What Lisa Cook wants this morning, guys, is an injunction by the court stopping the effort by the president to fire her while her lawsuit plays out. She's asking for that injunction this morning at 10 o'clock. The president, through the Department of Justice, is arguing that no such injunction is needed here. The court should stand aside and allow the president to move ahead with this firing. Also, just within the past couple of moments, we've gotten a statement from Abby Lowell here, who is Lisa Cook's attorney. Now, he's responding to the additional allegation made by the FHFA last night that there is a third property at issue here in terms of Lisa Cook's personal mortgages. What Abby Lowell says, defending Lisa Cook this morning, is this is an obvious smear campaign aimed at discrediting Governor Cook by a political operative who's taken to social media more than 30 times in the last 2 days and demanded her removal before any review of the facts or evidence. Nothing in these vague, unsubstantiated allegations has any relevance to Governor Cook's role at the Federal Reserve, and they in no way justify her removal from the board. So a fiery statement from Lisa Cook's attorney here as we get set for this hearing coming up in less than an hour. That's back over to you. Right, so this is a third property now at issue that the FHFA is raising. And Abby Lowell's statement here is not addressing that allegation on the merits, simply calling it a smear campaign and an allegation. One of the things that they've leaned on heavily is these are just allegations. None of them have been proven or adjudicated in any official proceeding. And so how can you fire somebody on the basis of an allegation? If that's the case, then anybody in the administration can allege anything about any member of the Fed, and that gives the president cause to fire. So they're saying that's way too broad. And then secondly, what Governor Cook's filing says in her lawsuit is that even if there was a clerical error here, even if she was guilty of the infraction, which she is not, they say, then that's not enough because it happened in her personal capacity, etc. So there's a whole set of tiered defenses here. But in this case, they're just saying what Pulte at the FHFA is saying is just a smear campaign and nothing else. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Oh no, I know. I don't know how we got that here. Well, you're going to have to go through a couple levels of appeals before it gets to the Supreme Court. So the first threshold question here this morning is, does Governor Cook get an injunction, a restraining order against the president's effort to fire her? If she does, that's going to put her defense on much more solid ground. If she doesn't, that's going to present a problem for the Federal Reserve. You know, there's been a really unresolved question all week. Is like just as basic as, is Lisa Cook considered by the Fed to be a member of the Board of Governors? Is she at work? What the Fed is saying is, in this response to the lawsuit, you know, look, we're throwing up our hands here. We don't have any arguments to make in this case. We just want a speedy resolution. And so, you know, will she be able to retain her office and her access to data? All those questions, you know, sort of depend on that restraining order. That's the first one. Then the question is, does it go to an appeal if the government loses? Then you get to the situation where it would go to the Supreme Court. So you could be looking at certainly months of legal wrangling. But this hearing this morning will sort of set the tone for who's on the defensive and who's on the offensive.
One more time. At the A's and she was still there. Crux is still there. It's Friday, so it's Friday.
We don't know. We don't believe that she has. And Steve Leeson's done some reporting on this. What we've been told is that, you know, she's been traveling during this intervening time. We don't know. We've had cameras staking out the garage there, trying to see if she goes into the building. We don't know if she's even entered the building since this all happened. You know, we'll wait for an official statement from Abby Lowell or from her as to whether she intends to go to work. You know, it's late August. A lot of people are on vacation. There's a little bit of wiggle room there. But it is a real fundamental question of whether she has access to data. And I think this hearing today will really set the tone for it, because if there's a restraining order put in against the president's effort, that'll give Jay Powell at the Fed some more leeway to say, look, there's been a restraining order, everything's on hold, so we're going to just proceed, you know, pro forma according to regular order here until we're told by the court not to. And so that gives Powell an excuse, really politically and legally, to allow Lisa Cook to continue as a member of the board until there's an adjudication of her lawsuit. If there's no restraining order this morning, then that presents some real challenges for Powell, because he's going to have to decide, you know, does he give her access to the building, does he not? And those decisions will ultimately become public, and could, if they go against President Trump, could provoke President Trump's anger.
Oh, they will be out.
Exactly. Right. Thank you. Great.
Norm Eisen walked in on 3rd Street. Works for Lowell. Whoa, that's your lights. So Norm Eisen's in the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sit in my car until 9:30 because I don't want to get a ticket. And then at 9:30 I'll pay the meter and come back. You know, that'll give me 2 hours.
You're leaving your bag there.
We didn't get any of our. Yeah, I'm going to leave all my shit there. We didn't get any of our elements in that hit, did we?
I couldn't. I backed away because they were taking the bump shot, and I was in the way of the pool, and I just got out of the way.
Yeah. That was probably wise.
Yeah, we used to bump.
Yeah, you used to bump the other. I thought I was like, hey, I'm gonna just tuck my stuff right here.
Of course.
So we can cut the norm. We'll cut the. We know definitively we'll have Norm Eisen. We'll have one of her turns.
With book.
Yeah,
We just had one.
yes.
Yeah. Right. Does anybody want any?
Yes.
It's neat. It's the real deal.
Global 1 and 3rd Street, you said?
That's what Cuddy said, yeah.
They're all on 3rd Street.
It's the shortest walk. You get dropped off right there. Yeah. Yeah. I can dodge it.
こっちは見かけなかったんですけど、こっち側に入ったっていう情報。はい。まあちょっと政府側の番号とかはい。で、they didn't see much movement over there, so maybe they didn't miss it. So I don't know. Yeah.
So if we're doing all here, we need to set as well with the left.
Did Lowell have a beer?
Oh, it is.
Both ends. Are people unsure?
The guy with the beard also didn't see it. He's all right.
Yeah, because our photographer said they thought they got low, but now they don't know.
He's not going to work. I mean, the beard is going to be rose.
This guy?
Oh, not more like it. He's here a lot.
No. His partner.
I guess he is. I guess his partner came in, so maybe he's not in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lowell was with them.
With him, okay. So
Yeah, they both have entered already on 3rd.
Who's the other? Eisen?
Eisen. Eisen was the first one we got a note on, and now the pool re-up and said, no,
そうです
the
ね。
roll was
こっちもなんか周りが勝手にしたとか、そういう情報がそこで。
full camera caught both. So now we're looking for the Fed guys, which
Sometimes you won't get to use attorney's office, which is over there. You're enforced. They have like a PIO.
yeah, right. Oh yeah, they'll be fine. I mean, I just did the top two on the final, not the other four. Yeah. But those two walking together, I think, would be obvious combo. We go the way this way.
That's all they're doing. That's it.
Am I in your shot if I'm here?
Yeah, but you look natural, so it's all right.
No, I feel because every time I've done this and I look back at the pictures, it's almost always the government.
Except, for whatever reason,
Well, when he went, when they, hey, how are you? Went out front, it went over the whole scene, and that was like nuts. That was like,
That's exactly what I was calling. See you bye.
they actually were fighting.
yeah, that's true. The
Protests from both sides.
And they had like multiple cars that drove very quickly in and out in prep.
That weird private security.
Yeah, they're all private security. Private security.
Come back to
It was like a pandemic, and everybody was outside, so we were all like feral creatures in the same place.
Yeah.
for them, for mine.
We got like 2 minutes of just dead time. Yeah. Somehow get through. No.
Did you do that back then? He was like, he's been around.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's it, see? Mr. Roth, how long do you think this will go today? Yes.
Sunglasses guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, black.
Okay. Thank you.
still live
I
for.
was like, I'm gonna just stay down right here.
Alright, now we're looking for the pin outside.
That guy was a fed.
Yeah, definitely assisted.
What's the next thing?
Yeah, he looks like a. As the junk reporter said, it looks like he's an AI model.
Oh, the handsome guy.
Yeah.
Looks like one of the Waco guys.
Yeah. Could be a legal loss.
Okay, yeah.
Principal deputy attorney.
I mean, there's others, but
Okay, so that's what means it's like top of like the fourth line. Principal deputy assistant attorney general. Civil. So there's DOJ, there's civil.
Which
there's
is, you know, it's a question they could say yes or no to.
There's assistant attorney general for civil. There's deputy and there's principal. So
Are
he's
you
like,
enrolled in the new job talk?
he's heading in the fourth line there. Put the enforcers on the fourth line.
I think it would, yeah. I believe it, yeah. Yeah, you right. Yeah.
I've seen one.
Did some job, yeah.
I was like, of course, on the last day, like, the Bobby Creek says I can.
evidently when her lawyers got out of the car.
So, on the question of the like,
And she said that was so cool.
司法長官のあの裁判で、はい。そうです。
Right, right, right. It's like, yeah, you don't even look at their face at that point.
Right. So you're like, oh, that must be security. Jim,
で、いや、SD カードなんですよね。はい。はい。
probably not actually.
But you're very at points.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, you just always focus on the door instead of the person holding the door. That would throw anybody off.
Like what kind of pitches?
I'm aware.
Right, that's
No,
just
I'm
how it
aware,
works.
yeah.
You got shotgun.
Because, you know, you
Yeah, it's yeah.
So I think that's in Colorado. They were trying to
Yeah, they were. That also was really weird.
Yeah.
We should put on
white helmet.
yeah. Like those.
Yeah, he actually, our office is pretty good at it.
Once you showed me the hair, everything, I was like, oh yeah, that's it.
It's like
I'm pretty good with faces.
Three others, including myself, joined.
Yeah.
Not each just like a second.
Yeah.
3 months ago.
Yeah, I've seen him come
Our reporter
there.
last month ago.
I've seen him push documents over there.
Yes, sir.
I've seen him sometimes come down from the steps over there.
Yeah, that's because
Yoshi, yeah. I think he was like
high-end lawyers get dropped off by
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he can
Right.
go by
Like
Yoshi.
when you step in the box, I think it's
Right.
throwing get much better.
Yeah.
Free stuff by next year.
I know he said he worked in San Francisco for a different place, and then he's been
has been going on for like a while now.
Is it not open to the public?
It is. This is a phones off courthouse, not a phones out.
was like, yeah, he walked into Norm Eisen at, yeah, like a half hour ago.
Yeah, that's what they said. But I'm just saying, I have people saying that Abby Lowell should watch it.
Maybe he left and came in. Well, if he wasn't here before, he's definitely here now.
Another paralegal person with Norm Eisen. They only thought he was Abby Lowell.
Oh, that's why? Oh.
They didn't need those votes. Abby Lowell.
I can't wait for every single network to have put that up. And
Live streaming, yeah, so
vaulted it.
because they told us talked about it, that nothing changed her status. She wasn't
Right.
Say someone who looks like my so-and-so looks funny.
Fool every network.
Yeah, exactly.
But the only time I wore a suit on my first day of work, just so I wouldn't get the large portfolio. It sort of works out.
Right. It doesn't help their current board counterpart.
Well, because God bless the guy, he's like, I'm 6'3", he's like 5'6", and so
Can't
he's standing in front of me, he's like, you want to take it in front of the backdrop. My new backdrop's like
Right, and you're
at
like,
my shoulders, so I'm like,
you're like, okay.
it looks like I have no neck here. I'm like, I have an egghead. I'm like, I have a
You're
neck,
like, this is normal. And you're like, what happened?
and I have a top of a head.
It was like they were trying to get the correct angle, but they couldn't see high
It looks
enough
like I
to get
feel
the
like
correct
linebacker
angle,
here.
so they're just because you're squatting, you're just like obviously your neck is going to be a little like.
And I've got like this picture too, which I use for like.
This is why it's good to have like. This is why I think they just do pairs. Like they
I
just
do
have
this. This is like my like vitals photo for like when they apply for like parental and like.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
No, you usually. I'm like, guys, just sit in a chair. That's why you capital, so that everyone is like closer at the same height.
Yeah, chair, lean back against the wall. Although every year I try and like be more confident in this picture.
I know.
Like this is the
I know. This is like my best one I've gotten in a while. I'm happy with this one. And then my one for my birthday at CNN. Also, like they shoot them from above. Right.
This one's not below.
Mine is.
Oh, that
Like,
is
I'm
above, yeah.
Hello?
That's like, it's like, that is big. That's like working up like above.
I'm like, hi. How is this a photo of me? It was from like 5 years ago. So.
Oh my God. It wasn't Lowell.
It wasn't.
Because we were all saying that he looked awful like he'd had work done. Like a doppelganger. So the guy holding the door was not Lowell. He just walked in.
Okay.
Yeah, they were just saying that they just got a text and he'd arrived, and you were like, you just got a text and he arrived.
So that guy was secure.
He was something. He wasn't.
Right.
A guy who holds the door is not the primary
Right.
lawyer.
It's a great way to throw off the photographer.
That's funny.
It's like, I really hope we all ban our video of them walking in.
Oh, this guy looks important. Everybody film this guy. Look at that. He just walks himself.
Swagger.
Oh, wait, that's my report.
Rocket
No, our eyes like perked up when he was walking down for the first time. He's walking with purpose. Got a
Yeah.
we're like
Pocket square, the whole thing.
No, that is 40 right down.
You know, it's a joke, right?
Pocket square for square. Abby Lowell.
That's really funny, by the way.
What's that?
That they, and everyone thought the guy holding the door was Abby Lowell.
Said some work to
That was your line.
It was very.
You said he goes. He looks younger than
Jawline
he
is
did
a
10
lot
years
sharper
ago.
than it used to be. Maybe it's a template? I don't know. The words are like puffy and
Right.
すみません、不在でたびたびすみません。あ、いや、はい。あ、はい。
That's what I'm laughing about.
Oh, I didn't say I was walking over when that text came.
Oh, I thought that's what I'm laughing about. They got it. Like, oops. You were right. I guess it just didn't really look like it. It didn't look great. This was a.
So Matt, everybody's in.
Well, we don't know about Shomi. We know about the deputy.
He's definitely in.
There's no lawyer worth his salt.
どこですか、その設定に何にもメタらなかったんですか。なんかボタンみたいなのがある。メニューと全設定しました。ラインコメモリーなんか映画見やったみたいな。はい、はい、カードの時に言われて、はい、あります。
No, I deeded myself already. I think pre-deeded. Wow, I'm 20 minutes early. You have tons of time.
You have tons of time.
I solved my parking issue.
Great.
The parking gods were with me. I did not get a ticket. Every other car on that strip had a ticket, though, which surprised me because normally they don't ticket there. But mine
You
not.
didn't notice that they had them before you parked.
They definitely didn't have them before I parked. Because I was like, hey, fancy meeting you here. Yeah, I think I was. I don't know. They're like, Tesla with an Ivy League bumper sticker. Better not.
This guy's a big
This guy's probably U.S. attorney.
Or broke.
What's that?
Or broke.
Well, or both. Speaking of which, Columbia got its ass handed to it last night by Pepperdine, 3-0.
And did she get in?
Evelyn did not start. She got in. She was playing striker, and so she was. They're basically unable to get the ball.
Same problem. They can't clear out of the D.
They cannot connect a pass going forward.
For some reason, I like football.
Oh yeah, no. Columbia football is famously bad.
Yeah.
But
3-0 victory would be kind of.
yeah, 3-0
That would be a
football
victory.
score.
Right.
Actually, Columbia football is better now than it used to be. They actually won a few games recently, but they went like famously like a decade without winning a game or something.
Oh, although I don't think Pepperdine's got a football team.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think they have one.
Yeah, this is women's soccer that I was watching on ESPN Plus last night.
ESPN Plus is still cable.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I got all these angry texts from Evelyn before the game.
I won't do that when it's on air.
They're starting all the wrong players. What are they doing? And after the game, she was just rip shit.
We're going over to Christmas today.
You're going to get an Ivy League degree.
Whenever we're done with this.
Any chance she's trying to get herself kicked off the team, thrown out of school so she can go hang out with her boyfriend?
Dave's whole mouth thing.
I mean, if she's only doing it to you, it's no problem. But if she does it in a locker room,
I've been advising her to keep her
I'm sure you
keep her mouth shut. You're a freshman.
right?
Usually I'm pretty like. I'm pretty.
I will actually see
I try to be a
Special
player. Try to be
sensation for you.
exactly.
Know your
Every
place.
once in a while I'm just like,
Also not a
But the problem is she's right.
all like.
Right.
The
But
decisions on who they started were
yeah,
bad.
exactly.
Like I guess the call be like
Tolerating
hey, 4A
those
will run.
kinds of plays. Like there's like 3 or 4 players who should just be benched for what they did.
You know, I used to always
And I don't
say
care
yes
if the next
every
player
single
behind
time
is worse.
Diana asked if I could
Show on
come
this.
and
You
do
got to
it.
compete.
And now if I do have plans on Sunday morning, I do it allow
It's not a lack of skill. It's bad decision making.
You're part of a team, which is essentially a bureaucracy. Part of any bureaucracy is just sitting back on your hands when other people are making progress. A good soldier
I've never been able to operate that way. Evelyn can't operate that way.
You're a disruptor.
do.
I think I'm like, I feel like the mosquitoes are he also doesn't like it.
That's right. You're laid out earlier. How was yours recent illustrious?
Yeah, he marked it
And on for the rally. Plug in on
That's the one where she said,
combo like traveling.
even if I did it, I didn't do it, even if I did it, it's still fine. And then, yeah, that was the filing we got. No, that was the filing from last night.
But that's not a bad gig, you know, fly out like that.
And the excerpt from the DOJ, do you want to slap it in the DOJ lawyer?
What time were you at Andrews?
No, that's not. That's like just coming to work. You're like, yeah, that was a normal work day.
Go to Wisconsin.
And then do the two full screens in a row.
That's not that big.
Second one being the response versus massive discretion. So it's the same element.
Mine failed.
Yeah, or if somebody has the time, or if you somehow tell them,
Just that's like
don't
your
run
favorite
like
game. He's like,
the entire little video. You know what I mean? Run 10 seconds each. Cool. All right, thanks. And tell them to email me. Oh,
I used to make my own outline. We had a nice, we had a big school. And I would like measure it out and be like, okay, what's like a good like camera
that you
to
do,
like round. A little bit longer, but if I wanted like paint on my back, I don't want to drag on my foot. And then
exactly what's you do.
I would terminate it, but I would put like a little shrink wrap on the
They're in like two
right
different places.
here.
No, understood. I mean, I think I know what he did. I mean, I have him, but I don't know where he cut him. So
Right. Yeah.
So I just finally saw it.
I know. Yeah.
Hey,
You don't have to be
my
cognizant of
question
sharing a lot of shots.
is that can I come up to RC? Can I get my own cable real quick? Like you have to do stuff like
Oh, and I got to get the. I emailed you yesterday